Hello, welcome back for one more daily message. All right, let's see what message wants to come through. Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective for their highest greatest good? Only the best messages for the highest greatest good. Messages of confirmation, clarification, guidance, and or reassurance. What have you? Only the best, and I want that message to be delivered with ease, and so it is. First card out, we have the 10 of Pentacles. Love to see it. Eight of Wands. Ten of Swords. The Moon, card 18, reduces to a 9. So we have 10, 8, 10, 18. There's definitely some repetitive numbers here. Oh, 2 cards. Well, okay. I don't want to take 2, but that's okay. We'll do it. Queen of Swords. And the last one out was the 10 of Wands. There's been some kind of an ending here because someone came into some knowledge, some communication, or something was talked about, and there's been an ending. Someone's walking away from something that was something came to light, it was illuminated, and someone's walking away from something that just was like, that's BS, and I'm done with that. Someone's like not wanting to be a part of something. I feel like this has to do with family. I'm getting that strongly with a 10 of Pentacles. More so a family-oriented situation or circumstances rather than abundance, but something that's tied to money. So a specific story that I'm getting is that there's some sort of inheritance. Maybe there's an inheritance that somebody just got, and maybe in this inheritance, one of the children or 2 of the children or someone in the family got more than the other, or I hate stuff like this, but this is what's coming through because it just shows so much greed. Like things like this, not that the way that it was allocated, but the way that there's an ending is there's someone here that's walking away from something that's just like BS. And I don't think it's walking away because someone didn't get more of some kind of inheritance. It's because of something that comes up. Something's being illuminated about something that just isn't right. Like the 10 of Swords is an ending card for me, but it's also the card of being stabbed in the back. And 10 of Wands is packing up and leaving. Just goodbye. Don't want any part in that. So it feels like there is some kind of family inheritance, or I don't know, like put a general word on there, like a gift maybe. Something that has been dispersed or like given. And there's, I think in the midst of however this is taking place or however this is coming up or showing up, there is, I heard the word jealousy just then. There's no cards out here that determine jealousy, but I just heard the word jealousy when I was looking at the 8 of Wands. There's definitely been some jealousy or something here, and the person walking away saying, I'm done with this, it could be you. Not because, it's like I didn't get more money or whatever, or I deserved more. It's coming from the way that this is happening and how greedy, how much jealousy there is in something that's taking place regarding this money. It's very money oriented, very money specific inheritance. It's like you or someone's just really being shown how greedy your family really is. And I don't mean to laugh, because I know people who have experienced some stuff when it comes to family like this. I think this happens a lot. It's just unnecessary, right? And if it's an inheritance, normally that comes because someone passed away, someone died. It doesn't have to be the case. It can totally be a trust fund. 2 kids in the family, one kid has a trust fund, the other one somehow didn't or didn't have as much. I don't know. Maybe there's some sort of gift that's going to the older child first because it's just going to the oldest, and they're hoping that the children can figure it out, but it ends up being the people are greedy. Maybe you're the one that was like younger or left out or something, and you're like, I don't know, something. There's some sort of backstabbing here. Like something there's jealousy and backstabbing around something to do with family inheritance or family money. Family heir? Maybe you're an heir to something, you're going to come into something. But something is definitely coming to light. And I feel like whatever it is, it's just like at some point, regardless of how abundant or how much money or financial gain is involved in whatever this is, it is turning into be something just you don't want to be a part of. Like, almost like, I don't even want to be a part of it, but I don't want to be associated to these people in my family anymore. Like, done. This is a very heavy message and very specific. So I don't typically like being in this energy, but this is what is coming through. So if it helps you feel acknowledged, or it resonates for you and you're like, this is my story, oh my God, nobody understands, I hope that can help you feel seen and heard. It could also be that, this is coming through, but okay. It could also be that someone in the family has passed and there is an inheritance, or there is in the will is being given to, certain, people in the family. And maybe somebody in the family was able to get the parent to change the will prior to their death, so that they would be the one to receive all of the stuff, all of the good, all of the things, right? And that's where it's like being illuminated. There's something that's coming up to light, a secret being revealed, and it just feels like a backstabbing, because it's like this is our parent, or this is our grandparent, or this is someone in our family. This is like family, and you would go and do this. I feel like with this Queen of Swords and the Moon here with the Ten of Wands, it's just like, you know what? I don't even want to be associated to you or this family. There's someone who's cutting ties with something. So this doesn't have to be if it's similar in like energy or the way that something's panning out. It doesn't have to be this specific story, but this is what's coming through. Which really sucks. Like, this is terrible. That's a very specific message too. On a totally different note, the other like another side of this that I'm reading is with regards to a job, a really good one, or one that pays really well, or you make good money, you have great PTO, you have great benefits, like it's the whole package, like it's everything that you could want in a job. And there's been a sudden communication where you're getting laid off, getting let go. Maybe I'd say fired, but I don't want to say fired because you're terrible. People can get fired for the stupidest reasons, and it has nothing to do with your capability or your ability to do your job well. It can just be the crap circumstances, and someone just like shit on you behind your back and you got fired, and it had nothing to do with anything you did, right? So there could be something there's an ending. And Ten of Swords being that stabbed in the back, someone behind your back and did something, or the company just stabbed you in the back and like let you go when you knew you were really good at your job. And there's something that's going to come to light. There's something being illuminated here. It also is, Moon is crisis of faith. Like if something like this happened, this is like, what do I do with myself? Who am I? Where am I supposed to go now? Like I thought I was this person who was capable of these things, and it's this inner turmoil and this like churning of, well, what am I good at now? Was this a reflection of my worth or my value? We tie a lot of our value and worth to the things that we do. And so there could be this like crisis of faith in a moment when something like that happens very unexpectedly, but it's time to pack up and move on. It's time to move forward. It's time to look forward and not look back. So whether it was you got let go or laid off, or you got fired, there was an abrupt ending, and it does feel like you were kind of like stabbed in the back, like it just didn't expect it. And it's kind of sending you in a whirlwind of how you feel about yourself, how you perceive yourself, think about yourself as something. And, but you're really being encouraged to just move forward. Don't look back. It's probably time that something ended. And even if it was a great job, there's something better. And I know that sucks to hear because it was like, well, it was really good. I don't know why it had to end. Maybe there was something that was needing more of you, or your attention or your time, your energy elsewhere. You could have been receiving a lot from this last job, but you could have been receiving a lot of material gain, but you weren't really receiving as much as you deserved, right? So it doesn't mean that it's a bad job or anything, but something was ready to end so that you can move into something that's better. Which is weird to read that for the Ten of Pentacles, because this is typically like the good card. Like this is the everything card, but I'm not picking that up in this. I'm a much more intuitive reader. Something's just like, yep, something's going to come to illumination. You're going to be shown something. You're going to find something out. You're going to learn something. And you're going to just realize, oh, it is time to move forward. And maybe when you realize that, when you come to realize or you learn something, you discover something, you're going to be like, okay, I'm glad that happened and I'm ready to move forward. You're just looking forward, not looking back. Mew, what's up, bud? Seven of Cups. So right now you could have a lot of options. Whoa. Oh my gosh, hang on. Okay, this is way too many. Oops. So you can have a lot of options right now that your options are open, now that, maybe you're freed up from something. Also, but if it was back on that story with like this family inheritance thing and someone went behind your back and did something where it's like you just don't want to be associated anymore, getting this feeling like illusions, extremes, that felt like an extreme. Someone would go behind your back and change a will so that they can, gain from it and you don't. And it's like, this is our family that passed away. What the heck, right? So illusions, extremes, but let's keep going. Let's see what else wants to come out. Okay, we have the Three of Pentacles. We have the King of Swords. Ooh, King of Swords and Queen of Swords. Could be a match. Also, oh, that's another, oh, I just got another download. That's another heavy one though. This could be a divorce. You could have had what seemed like a really great family life, and then all of a sudden a lot of communication, something happened really fast. You felt like you were backstabbed, like just what the heck, quick ending, things being illuminated, coming to surface, and it's just time to pack up and leave, and someone wants a divorce. Like that came through. The Queen and King of Swords typically in tarot can together represent a pair, but also a divorced pair, or can represent divorce. Doesn't always mean that. It's just, that's what I was getting here in this reading. But they're not looking towards each other. They're kind of looking away. Woo! Hi, Mun. Mew Mew, come here. It's okay, bud. Don't ruin my card spread. So definitely could be that. This could be two people not seeing eye to eye in this inheritance thing, not being on good terms. A lot of disharmony now. And if it's in like work, like a workspace, you know, like something, an ending with a job, now you have a lot of options open to you. You're working on your skills. You're showcasing your talents in a different way. The King of Swords, with regards to like a career opportunity or career space, the King of Swords is giving me more of a feeling like somebody is seeing your work, is actually seeing you outside of whatever this was before. Someone else from a different company or a hiring manager or whatever is seeing your talents and your skills, and is seeing the possibilities of you maybe working with them, but also you're just being visible. This kind of feels like people in a public sector or something can see your skills and your talents. Now that you're available and you're out there, they can see you shining and putting your skills out there. We have the Two of Swords. This is a stalemate, stalling, maybe not quite seeing what's in front of you. I want to get one more. And then we have the Six of Swords. Yeah, so with the inheritance story, the one with the family, something happened and people are just like done, not seeing eye to eye. Queen of Swords really cutting off this king. This feels like the other energy in that situation. And the Queen feels more like you. So if this is your story or this applies to you, hell, you could be the person that changed the will, you know, getting called out. But it feels like there's gonna be a stalling or a stalemate. There's a moment, I don't want to say a moment. There is definitely like a freeze right now of energy of separation while things are moving more towards peaceful, like moving into, you know, what's that? Calmer waters. Like you're moving into calmer waters. They're moving off with their inheritance. I'm laughing like in disgust. Okay, if that is what's happening, because that's terrible. And I don't mean to laugh, like make light of it if this is your story, because I know people where things like this have happened, and it just showcases this really ugly, disgusting side of human nature, but also of people who you call family, you think are there for you, and then they're not. And then you start to realize, what does it matter to be blood related to anybody? Family is who you pick and who picks you. It's how people show up for you. That's how I see it. That's what I've experienced, and that's what I've seen with like a lot of my other friends. There's definitely there's a moment here. There's some time that has to take place, and it feels like a freeze. It may not really see where this is going to go or what's going to happen. And maybe you're like, I don't want to know where this is going. I don't want to see what they're doing, where they're going with anything. I don't want to know anything about their life. I just don't even want to look in that direction. I just want to move towards calmer waters and peace. And I want out of this situation. I want to be unassociated with that whole thing and those people. So they could be that energy there. Moving on. You're moving on. You definitely are. I think that if that is the case, you're taking the right action. It's just, unless it's something that you know, is very, unless it's something that you can take action and be supported on getting justice in, absolutely do that. There's definitely a pause. There's a little bit of a pause in navigating this treachery. That word came through. It's kind of intense, but and if it's a job, I do feel like you're being noticed and seen. You're putting yourself out there. So like you could be putting yourself out there on like, job sites, applying. So people are seeing your resume and they're seeing your skills. They're going to your public profiles, like if you have a LinkedIn or something. And you're being noticed. You're actually, I think maybe you don't see it. You don't quite see it yet. You're just trying to navigate what's just happened, and it's kind of chaotic and it might be really stressful, but you're trying to find peace and moving towards peace, but you actually don't see that you are standing out. You're being noticed for your skills and abilities. So you actually do have a lot of options that you just don't quite see in front of you yet. So know that when you're ready to like breathe and take that action to really put yourself out there and move forward, I'm kind of getting the sense that maybe you're making yourself visible, but you might not be applying to jobs right now if that's the case. But when you're really ready to just gung-ho, start looking, applying, networking, doing whatever it is that you need to do or you need to do to find the next best thing, you're actually going to have a lot of options revealed to you. You just don't see it right now. I think you're just really trying to navigate the murky times, the stress, the chaos, trying to find peace in this sudden shift. And then again, with the divorce energy that I was getting, disharmony between, if this applies to you, disharmony between you and someone else. I think that, there was a lot of illusions. There was a lot of things that I think you were unaware of. Whatever those things were. There was just a lot that you were unaware of, especially emotionally. Maybe this person was feeling a certain way or growing out of love. My voice is like choking up all of a sudden. Maybe this person was just starting to change how they were feeling. It doesn't have to be that there was a third party or thing. People can just grow apart over the years. And maybe this person was feeling a certain way, not talking about it, divulging that information. And so there was a lot of illusions around the relationship and the dynamic. Not really seeing, really being blinded to the truth. I want to get some positive cards here, because I'm not really feeling like I'm getting any good, like, I'm gonna say advice, but I feel like the only thing that's coming through with regards to any one of those particular stories is that regardless of what happened, and as crappy, as shitty, as crummy as any one of these situations are, it was inevitable and it was going to happen, whether it was the way that it happened as it happened or in some other way. I'm getting a feeling that however this took place, whatever the story, it was better that this happened the way that it did, because if it didn't come to light now, the way that things would have escalated or turned out would have been a hell of a lot worse. So like in the example of the divorce, I'm getting a feeling that I don't feel like this person had a third party. I just feel like this person just grew cold because they just weren't feeling the same way. But if this hadn't come to light now, and the way things panned out now, this person could have ended up finding love with someone else in an affair, because it just took longer and longer and longer before that truth finally came through. So, and like in, maybe in the example of the job, if it had panned out, it probably would have just gotten worse and worse and worse and worse. Like, I'm not saying it was a bad job. Maybe you were just in it, you were doing it, and maybe it could have been that you got laid off right around Christmas versus getting laid off, in the middle of the year. And I'm not saying that's any better, but typically around the holidays is always really crummy because it's such a gift-giving time. It's such a, tries to be abundant time. And so sometimes that's a lot harder for people when they know they just lost something, when that should be the month of like receiving and giving. And so there's a message here that the way things happened, the way it panned out, how everything occurred was meant to happen in this way, and it's better that it happened now than coming to light much later, because however you could think of and not even think of, it would have been a lot worse down the road. It doesn't really make the situation or the feelings any better. It's just that is coming through as a message from Spirit. Let's get some of these fallback messages. So here's the first one. I am safe in my arms. I care for myself like no one else. Especially during times like this. We have celebrate you, take yourself out on a date, treat yourself to a massage, take time to enjoy your own company. I am not the mind, I am not the body. I am spirit, I am light, I fall to rise. I am not the emotion, I am not the thought. Oops, ouch. Maybe it's just a story you're telling yourself. Notice what you say to yourself and others. You have the power to change the story. And rest and recharge. Take it easy today. Even in stillness, there is movement. I'm going to get the bottom right here. Okay, last one. Enjoy the process. That's kind of hard to say with the stories that came out today. But moving forward, finding that peace, that rest and recharge, finding what you need, and knowing, just figuring out what you need to move forward. Difficult, but enjoy it as best you can for the goodness that comes out of something when you can recognize that. Enjoy the process. Celebrate every small step forward. You are doing an amazing job. The journey is the gift. All right, I'm going to leave that message there. That was a difficult message even for me to read. I do not like to... I was not about to stop that reading and restart. I don't ever do that. If it comes out, it comes out. But maybe it needed to be said, it needed to be heard. Maybe there's someone out there who needed some confirmation, reassurance, maybe a little bit of guidance, or even just to say, that's my story, and at least I don't feel alone in this world, because I know how that feels. But I hope that this message was helpful for some of you, all of you, at least one of you, and if it was, my job is done. That is what I'm here to do, and that is what I hope to achieve when I read. But if this message resonated and you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, comment, and let me know how it resonated. I always like to acknowledge people in comments and let them know that I see you and I hear you, and try to be any form of light that I can. And if you liked this reading, do subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything in the future. And until next time, thanks for watching.